Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I got here a Can-Am Outlander, and I'm going to be installing the Snowplow and Snowplow bracket. Here we go. In the kit you'll get 2 bags of bolts, 4 small brackets, and your main plow mount. If you need the paper instructions for this kit, you'll have to go to the website at the top of this page. From there, you can type in the part number for the mount kit and then click the link for the instructions. Once you're at the website, simply type in the part number for your mount kit. Scroll down a ways. Now you need to select the link based on what type of skid plate you have on your machine. If you have a 6mm plastic, click that one, and aluminum, click that one. Today I have the 3mm plastic, so I'm going to click this link. Now I can print the instructions from here. I will also scroll all the way down to the bottom, click the template link, and print out the template. Now that I got the template cut out, I'm going to tape it into place. I'm going to be using a 1-inch hole saw for the back holes and a 1/2-inch drill bit for the front holes. I've marked the center of the holes, and I'll drill out the rest of the holes after I've marked the rest of the holes, otherwise the hole saw will rip the template to pieces. In each one of these holes, I'm going to install a 13mm bolt with 2 spacers and then a push nut. Next, I'm going to install these carriage bolts into these 4 holes here with 1 spacer and a push nut as well. Okay, the next thing I need to do is slide this cross member into place right behind the front diff. We'll just go in from the side here. Right about there. Now I can lift the mount up into place. I'm going to align our back carriage bolts with our cross member we just installed and secure them with a nut. Once you get the outer 2 nuts on, make sure these 4 bolts are lined up in their holes, and then we'll put a nut on the front 2. Then I'll take 2 of our longer bolts, go up through these square holes here into our cross member and secure them with a nut as well. Next, I'm going to take this little bracket here and I'm going to come in from the driver's side or the left-hand side, and I'm going to drop it down right between the 2 AR mounting points here. Now I need to try and get my rear bolts started into that bracket we just dropped in place. Well, it took a little bit of messing around, but I finally got the rear bolts lined up in that plate. Next, I'm going to have to cut my A-arm guards so that they fit back on. I'm going to cut this section out right here. I used a zip disc to cut the piece out of the A-arm guards. Next, I'm going to take this little bracket here. I'm going to make sure this hook is pointing towards the back of the vehicle. And I'm going to put this hole on the front carriage bolt right here. And then secure it in place with a nut. The kit provides us with 4 big bolts and 1 medium-sized bolt. It is important to put this medium-sized bolt in this middle hole here and into the front of that bracket. If you put the large bolt in there, it will poke a hole in the bottom of your diff. Now that I got the medium end bolt in place, I just got to install 1 more long bolt in the middle. On the left-hand side of the vehicle, I'm going to install this plate here. I'm going to make sure this point of the triangle is pointing to the front of the vehicle. This one gets 2 long bolts. Now that I have everything installed, I can go around and tighten up all the bolts. Okay, now that we got the A-arm guards back on, go around and double check all your bolts and make sure they're tight. And if you're finding this one useful, hit that subscribe button, click that bell, and smash that thumbs up. It really goes a long way to helping out the channel. First thing I'm going to do is install our blade angle tilt plates with a bolt and a nut. The next thing I'm going to do is lift my push tube into place. I'll now secure it with a big bolt and a washer, a spacer from the inside, another washer, and then a nut. These are 19 mil nut and bolts, and you can tighten them up now. Next, I can install the springs. First, I'll hook it onto the blade, and then I'll go through the eye bolt and into the push tube. I'll secure it down with a nut and then a lock nut. Okay, now I'm going to pull the push tube back until our angle of attack plates become engaged. And then I'll tighten them in place. The last thing I'm going to do is tension up the springs. I'm going to tension them up so that there's a 1/2 inch bolt sticking out the backside. To install the plow onto the bike, put your winch into freewheel, pull out about 3 feet of cable, hook your hook onto the front of the plow, loop your cable into this lifting hook here, re-engage your winch, I'm going to winch in until the blade starts to lift off the ground. Once the plow starts lifting off the ground, just come over to the front, take a look, and make sure the pins are aligned with the clamps. Then all you have to do is winch in and it'll lock in place. Now set her back down and release the winch line from the lifting hook. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button or click up here to check out the next video. This has been my snowplow install on the Can-Am Outlander. Ride safe.